Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel. In our last video, we have done few problems of exercise 11.1 and I hope you people have tried homework problems too. Now in today's session, we will continue with the remaining problems of exercise 11.1. Question number 6 of exercise 11.1 says that in triangle ABC and triangle XYZ, there are two triangles involved over here. Angle A of this triangle and angle X of this triangle are acute angles and such that the cos A value is same as cos X value. The two ratios are equal. Cos ratio of this triangle, cos ratio of this triangle with respect to angle A with respect to angle X are equal, he is saying. We need to show that angle A equals to angle X. We need to prove that those two angles are equal also. So let us proceed how to do this one. Firstly, we will write given data. Given that in triangle ABC and triangle XYZ, in these two triangles, angle A and angle X, they are what? They are acute angles and such that the cos ratios are same, right? Cos A equals to cos X. Understand? Cos A equals to cos X we have got. Now I will draw two small triangles. Let us say this is triangle ABC and this is triangle XYZ. You cannot take A here, X here, because he already said that angle A and X are acute, so it will not be 90 degree angle. So I am taking angle B as 90 degree, angle Y as 90 degree. Angle A and angle X are acute, which means cos A, cos X we are taking with respect to these two angles. Okay. So now I will take, since it is given in question that cos A equals to cos X. What is the formula of cos theta, guys? It is adjacent by hypotenuse. So when we see with respect to A, this is opposite, which is not involved in cos ratio. The formula is adjacent by hypotenuse. This is adjacent AB and this is hypotenuse AC. Same goes over here also. Cos X is adjacent by hypotenuse XY by XZ, because this will be opposite with respect to X. So adjacent by hypotenuse we got. But here you see these two sides are of the same triangle. These two sides of the same triangle. What I will do, I will take transpose XY from RHS to LHS and this AC I will transpose from LHS to RHS. So what will happen? They will get interchanged. AB by, as I am taking over here, I will get this XY in the denominator. And I am not writing AC left side, I am transposing it to right hand side. So this division part comes into the numerator, which means into multiplication. So you will get AC by XZ. Why I did this? To get the corresponding sides of the two triangles on the same side. Now you see AB by XY means AB XY. These are the same sides of the two different triangles. So AB by XY, then AC by XZ. Hypotenuse by hypotenuse I got. So now since these two are same, I don't know they are equal to which constant. So I will take it as some constant K. Okay, I am saying it as AB by XY equals to AC by XZ. They both are equal to some K I am taking. Now I will separate them. AB by XY is also K and AC by XZ is also K. Okay students, this XY is in division. If I transpose to right hand side, I will get AB is equal to K into XY. This is not a point. If decimal point you are writing, you should write below, okay, at the bottom. I am writing it in between just to indicate that K and XY, these two things are in multiplication. K is a constant, XY is a side of the first this triangle. Okay. Similarly, here also what will happen? AC is equal to K into XZ. See, this dot is also indicates multiplication. Okay. So we got AB is equal to K into XY and AC is equal to K into XZ. See, AB by XY is equal to K, AC by XZ is equal to K. Now our target is to achieve BC by YZ is also equal to K. Then we can say all the corresponding sides are in the same ratio. Then these two triangles will become similar. Then we can say these two angles are equal also. Okay. So what I am doing now, I will take this triangle. In triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree. Okay students. So using Pythagoras theorem I can say that hypotenuse square AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay students. AC I have, AB also I have, BC I don't have, right? So we are going to get BC value. So I will transpose this AB from RHS to LHS. I will get it as AC square. If I transpose AB this side, I will get minus AB square. Right side remains what? Right side remains BC square. Okay students, what is the value of AC and AB? That we will substitute now. AC value just now we got here K into XZ. Okay, so in place of AC I will write K into XZ whole square. Then minus AB. What is AB? There we have AB as K into XY. That I will write K into XY whole square is equal to, right side remains BC square as it is, BC square. Okay students. So now this square is there for both, to the constant as well as to the side of the triangle. I am applying that square inside. I will get K square into XZ square minus, these two are not different, they are same. These two variables altogether indicates one side of the triangle. This K is separate as it is a constant we have taken over here. K into XZ square minus, here also we will get K into K square into XY square. K square into XZ square minus K square into XY square is equal to BC square as it is. Now when you see this part and this part, you will find K square common. So I am taking K square common. In bracket, what remains this side after taking K square common? XZ square remains, and here XY square remains, is equal to BC square. Okay students. So now, just now we got over here AC square minus AB square. AC square minus AB square. AC square minus AB square is BC square we are having. Similarly, XZ square minus XY square gives you YZ square. That we will write over here. K square into YZ square is equal to BC square. Okay. Now what I will do, I will transpose this YZ square this side, because BC and YZ are the corresponding sides of the two different triangles. So I will take them all together as we did over here. AB along with XY, AC along with XZ. So here we will do BC along with YZ I wanted to do. So K square is equal to BC square by YZ square. Multiplication changes to division. Since both are having square, I can write whole square. So I will get it as K square is equal to BC by YZ whole square. This square gets cancelled. Therefore, I can say that BC by YZ equals to K. Here we are having AB by XY, AC by XZ is equal to K. Here we got BC by YZ is equal to K. Therefore, I can say that AB by XY is equal to AC by XZ is equal to BC by YZ. They all are equals to K. Understand students? AB by XY is nothing but ratio of the corresponding sides of the triangle. AC by XZ is also ratio of the corresponding sides of the triangle. And the last one, BC by YZ, is also nothing but ratio of corresponding sides of the triangle. All the three corresponding sides of both the triangles if you are taking the ratio, you are getting same as k. So I can say that since the ratio of corresponding sides of triangle ABC and triangle XYZ is same, which means they are equal to k. Therefore, I can say that triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ. It means that when the ratio of corresponding sides is same, we can say that both the triangles are similar. So when the triangles are similar, all the angles will become equal. Therefore, I can say that angle A equals to angle X. Write it in a box and write here, hence proved. Okay students, because he asked us to prove angle A is equal to angle X. So that is the reason, using this cos, we got the corresponding sides ratio is same, but third side was missing. So using Pythagoras theorem, here we got third side ratio is also same. Then we can say that all the three corresponding sides ratio, when we are taking what we are getting as k. So the ratio of corresponding sides of triangle ABC and triangle XYZ is same, which means that these both triangles are similar. When the triangles are similar, you are saying it means that all the corresponding angles are equal, which means angle A equals to angle X, angle B is equal to angle Y, angle C is equal to angle Z. It becomes, okay. So here he asked only to prove angle A equals to angle X. So that is the reason at last we wrote, therefore angle A is equal to angle X, and just below to it we wrote, hence proved. Okay students, just note down this one. This is a complete different question in this complete chapter. But there are very less chances that you may get this type of questions in the examination. Whatever we did in last video, and now we are going to solve more two problems, that type of questions mostly will be getting in the examination. This have very less chances, but we should not omit. Okay, just note down this one, then we will proceed for the next problems of this exercise. Note down. Yes students, now we are going to do question number 7 of exercise 11.1. Question number 7 says that given cot theta equals to 7 by 8, then evaluate these two expressions values. We need to find out what is given to us. Cot theta is 7 by 8. So first I will write, given that cot theta equals to 7 by 8. In my last video I said, whenever you get this type of question, some ratio value is given, first of all check this in that specific angles table. This is cot theta. Try to check whether 7 by 8 exists in the table or not. Not defined, root 3, 1 by root 3, 0. So 7 by 8 is not there in this specific angles table. So at that time what we will do, we will take that table's help. Cot theta formula is adjacent by opposite. So that we will take it as adjacent by opposite. Which side is missing? Hypotenuse is missing. So we will use Pythagoras theorem. Using Pythagoras theorem, we can say that hypotenuse square equals to opposite square plus adjacent square. Right? Already we did. Hypotenuse is missing, so we will write hypotenuse square equals to opposite 8 square plus adjacent 7 square. Hypotenuse square equals to 8 square is 64, 8 8s are, and 7 square is 49. Then hypotenuse square equals to 64 plus 49, when you add you will get 113. Then transposing square this side, you will get hypotenuse equals to under root over 113. But 113 is not a square number, which means you will not get the perfect square of this root 113. So we will keep this as it is, root 113 only, because we have 10 tens are 100 and 11 elevens are 121. So 113 exists in between them, which means it is not a perfect square number. So we will keep this as it is. Now when you see the expression involves sine theta and cos theta, not any other ratio except that. So firstly we will find out sine theta and cos theta. Sine theta formula is opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite is 8 and hypotenuse is root 113. Okay, we got sine theta. Also cos theta we required. So cos theta is nothing but adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is 7 and hypotenuse is under root over 113. We got both the values. Now we will go for simplifying the expressions which he asked to find out the value of. Okay. Our first expression. First expression says that 1 plus sine theta into 1 minus sine theta divided by 1 plus cos theta into 1 minus cos theta. Students, this is similar to like one identity that you have learned from 8th grade. In 8th grade you have learned, in 9th grade you have learned. It is like a plus b into a minus b. A plus b into a minus b formula is a square minus b square. So I will do a square minus, I'll write it below only, a square minus b square. Understand? Divided by, here also same, a plus b into a minus b becomes a square minus b square. Okay students? Here 1 square is 1. Sine theta square, what is sine theta? 8 by root 113. So 8 by root 113 whole square you will get. 1 square you got as 1 only. Whole divided by, now in the denominator 1 square is 1 minus cos theta whole square. Cos theta is 7 by root 113. So I will write 7 by root 113 whole square. Understand students? Next, 1 minus, this square is there for both. When you do square of 8, 8 8s are 64 you will get, divided by, when you apply square to this one, square and root gets cancelled, you will get 113. Understood students? This square is there for numerator as well as denominator. 8 square gives you 64 and root 113 square, when you do square and root gets cancelled, you will get only 130. Denominator also same, 1 minus 7 square becomes 49 divided by, when you apply square to this one, you will get only 113. Okay? Now here if you see 1 is there, if denominator nothing exists over here means 1 remains. And here also there is no denominator, indicates 1. Now what we have to do, just now in our last video we have done a numerator cross denominators direct whenever this positive or negative sign there in between them. So here also again negative sign is there. 113 ones are 113 minus 1 into 64, 64 whole divided by 113 you will get. Numerators cross, denominators direct. Okay. In this portion also same happens. 113 ones are 113 minus 49 ones are 49 divided by 113. Okay students, numerators cross, denominators direct, we got this one. Again numerator cross, denominators direct, we got this step. Okay, this is one step. Okay, don't get confused. Till here it is one step and from here it is another step. Now this 113 gets cancelled. We have learned by doing sin theta by cos theta. This two gets cancelled. 1 by root 3 we will get. We have learned now. So similarly 113, this 113 gets cancelled. Numerator we have 113 minus 64 divided by, in denominator we have 113 minus 49. When you do 113 minus 64 you will get 49, and when you do 113 minus 49 you will get 64. So the value of this expression is 49 by 64. Okay. One more bit is there. Once you people finish with this one, just copy down this one, then I will find out that second value also. Now the second value, guys. Second value is 1 plus sin theta divided by cos theta. So 1 plus, what is the value of sin theta? 8 divided by root 113 whole divided by cos theta is 7 by root 113. Denominator you don't have anything to simplify. In numerator just now as we done, here we have 1 by 1. So what we have to, how we have to add them? Numerator cross, denominators direct we have to do. So we will get it over here. Root 113 ones are root 113 plus 8 ones are 8 divided by 1 into root 113 is root 113. And this denominator remains as it is 7 by root 113. Now if you see, here also denominator is root 113, here also denominator is root 113. They both get cancelled. What remains? Under root over 113 plus 8 divided by 7 is your answer for this second bit. Okay. Note down this one. Then we will proceed to the last question of this exercise. Now the last question of the exercise, students, question number 8 of exercise 11.1. In a right angle triangle ABC, right angle is at B, which means angle B is 90 degree. If tan A equals to root 3, then find the value of these two expressions he is saying. So in solution, first we will write given data. Given that in triangle ABC, angle B is 90 degree and tan A equals to root 3. This is also he has given. As I said, again I am repeating, whenever some trigonometric ratio is given, that value you should check first in specific angles. If it is not there, then we will go for ratio of sides of the triangle. So tan A equals to root 3 when I am seeing under tan theta. Yeah, root 3 lies over here, which means under 60 degree, which means tan 60 degree is root 3. So that I write here. We know that tan 60 degree is root 3. See, in question it is given tan A equals to root 3, but as per our table, tan 60 is root 3. It means that tan is same and this root 3 is also same. In place of A, we got 60 degree. Therefore, A is equal to 60 degree. Understand, students? Now I will draw a small triangle A, B, C. Already it is given in question that angle B is 90 degree. Angle A just now we got, which is 60 degree. It means that angle C is how much? 30 degree. Because we have learned in our earlier classes that the sum of all angles in a triangle is 180 degree. This is 90, this is 60, this is 30. Understand? So if one angle is 90 degree, the remaining two angles sum should be 90 degree. One is 60 means another is 30 degree. So we got here angle C is equals to 30 degree. Understand, students? Now we can proceed for our expressions. First expression, he said that sin A cos C plus cos A sin C. Understand? So I will write sin, what is A? A is 60. Sin 60 degree cos C C we got as 30 degree plus cos A, which means cos 60 degree, sin C means sin 30 degree. We have substituted all the angles. It is very easy to go in this way whenever the value, whatever he has given in the ratio, if it lies under this table, then it is very easy to do this in this way. Okay, you will not get any sort of fractions, anything in that. Now sin 60, check in the table, sin 60 degree, root 3 by 2 into, this dot indicates into cos 30 degree, cos 30 degree, root 3 by 2. In cos, you need to check 30 degree. So you will get root 3 by 2. Plus cos 60 degree. Cos 60 degree is 1 by 2 into sin 30 degree. Sin 30 degree is also 1 by 2. Understand, students? Now we will multiply them. Root 3 into root 3 gives you root 9, which is nothing but 3. So as you people are in SSC grade, just indicates that, just understand that whenever two same irrationals get multiplied, you will get only 3. Understand? Like, you know, if you get root 5 into root 5, you can write it as directly 5. Root 3 into root 3, here directly we will write 3. I said root 3 into root 3 is root 9. Square root of 9 is again 3. So instead of doing all those steps, just directly you remember that whenever you multiply two same irrationals, you just need to write the number without root. Okay. So root 3 into root 3 gives you 3. And 2 2s are 4. 2 2s are 4 because here no root is there. So 2 2s are 4. Here roots were there. So root 3 into root 3, just 3 you need to write. Plus 1 1s are 1. 2 2s are 4. Now we need to add them. See guys, in our earlier question we did numerator cross, denominators direct, like that. Minus sign was there. If suppose positive sign is also there, you can do in that way. But here you see the denominators are same. Till now whatever problems we have done, we were getting different denominators, but here the denominators are same. So directly you can add the numerators, which means LCM you will get as 4 and 3 plus 1 you have to do. This is in which case when you get the same denominators. So 3 plus 1 is 4 divided by 4. When you cancel 4 ones are 4 ones are, you will get the answer as 1. Okay. This first expression value we got as 1. Now second expression that we will do now. So the second expression is cos A cos C minus sin A sin C. A value is 60 degree, C value is 30 degree, right guys? That we will substitute cos 60 degree into cos 30 degree minus sin 60 degree into sin 30 degree. Now these values we will copy from this table. Cos 60 is 1 by 2 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Okay students, minus then sin 60 is root 3 by 2 into sin 30 is 1 by 2. Now we have to multiply the brackets part. 1 into root 3 is root 3 by 2 2s are 4 minus root 3 1s are root 3 by 2 2s are 4. Root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 4. Subtracting the same thing from the itself, you will get it as 0. Root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 4 is 0. Understand? Like 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2, 5 minus 5 gives 0. Similarly, root 3 by 4 minus root 3 by 4 gives you 0. Understand? So we got the values of both the expressions. So in today's class we have seen the problem wherein by using the similarity of triangles we got the two angles are equal, that we have proved. And also we have seen whenever the one ratio is given, using that ratio how to find out the expression values, whatever he will ask in the question. And now in this problem we have seen that suppose if a ratio is given and that value lies under this specific angles table, then using that, how to get the another angle, missing angle, and when we get A and C values, by using that, how to find out the values of the expressions that has been asked in the question that we have learned in this final problem. Okay, with this we have done the complete exercise 11.1. In last class we have done 3 problems, 2 problems I have given in homework. So if anybody has not done those homework questions, I think by the end of this exercise, you people have learned how to find out the solutions of those 2 missing questions. So that 2 homework problems you have to do compulsorily on your own. Suppose few students are having doubt that they are not having the textbooks, how to get the questions of those homework problems. So I will write the website over here. If you log into this website, or if you just browse this website, you will find out all the electronic textbooks. E-textbooks will be blinking on that website. So just click on it. You will get all the textbook from 6th grade to 10th grade of various mediums, and in all the subjects you will get on this website. Okay, the website is scert.telangana.gov.in. Okay, this is the website scert.telangana.gov.in, wherein you will be getting all subject textbooks, whatever medium you want. If you are in English medium or Telugu medium, all the subject textbooks you will be getting of different mediums on this website. Okay, if anybody is not having the textbooks, just browse this website and download the textbook. You can get new syllabus textbooks. Okay, thank you all of you. Hopefully for the next class we will see different set of problems again, different set of formulae again. We have seen till now 2 set of formulae, that is ratio of sides of the triangle and this trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. More 2 or 3 sets completely we will see in our next video. Okay, so don't miss it, don't miss that. Watch out for the next session. I hope you people will practice the complete exercise and you will be well enough in the complete problems of this exercise 11.1. We will continue and different set of formulas in our next video. Okay, thank you. Have a good day everybody.